What's happening, everybody? Bob Wankel, crossingbroad.com. Here we have the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Redskins from FedEx Field on Sunday afternoon. Eagles survived on Monday night against the New York Giants, setting up what amounts to essentially a must-win proposition against the lowly Redskins, who come in losers of 7 straight division games. Eagles should take advantage of this bad Redskins team. Will they do it? Will they cover the spread? We'll get to that in just a second. But if you are interested in betting on this football game, head over to crossingbroad.com/DK. Download DraftKings Sportsbook and be sure to take advantage of our plus 300 exclusive moneyline odds on the Eagles this Sunday.
You can make it rain.
All right, before we get into the odds and some of the trends in our game picks for Eagles Redskins, let's first take a look at some storylines that you need to be aware of ahead of this game. Carson Wentz is only 3-10 without Lane Johnson starting at right tackle. That's problematic, as Johnson will miss Sunday's game with a high ankle sprain that he suffered on Monday night against the Giants. Good news for the Eagles, though. They are 5-1 against NFC East teams as a road favorite under Doug Peterson, including 4-2 against the spread. And this is a favorable matchup for the Eagles defense, as the Redskins are last in the NFL in points per game, yards per game, and first downs per game. All right, so as we record in the middle of the week, the Eagles are favored by 4.5 points in this contest. They're minus 200 on the money line. Over/under currently set at 40 points. If you like the Redskins to pull the upset outright, you can get them at plus 175 on the money line. Again, we'd be remiss if we did not mention that you can get the Eagles at plus 300 money line odds by going to crossingbroad.com/DK. Totally flip those odds in your favor. Now, in terms of some of the game trends that you need to be aware of, road favorites that have failed to cover in 4 straight games. The Eagles have not covered in over a month. They are 8-2 against the spread in division games. And also some good news for the Eagles: when a road team has won 2 games or less over a 5-game stretch and opens as a 5-point favorite or less, as the Eagles did in this game, they are 93-63-8 against the spread and 40-27-2 ATS in the month of December. They're also 34-21-2 against the spread in division contests. In terms of why you may want to back the Redskins, in addition to the eye test, the Eagles were not tremendously impressive in that game against a terrible Giants team on Monday night, but also know that road favorites of 4+ points coming off of a win that are playing a division opponent following a loss are only 20-27-1 against the spread in the month of December. They're 8-14 ATS when favored between 4 to 6 points. In terms of the game total, division unders late in the season are always a good play from a historical standpoint. More often than not, that is going to be the profitable pick. You should know that the under is 75, 57, and 7 in the month of December or later in division games when the total closes between 39.5 and 41 points. It's also 62, 47, and 7 when it closes between exactly 40 and 41 points. All right, so where is our money going on this football game? Let's take a look at some of our recommended bets. I think that this is going to be a defensive football game. I think that the Eagles ultimately win. I like the under 40 game total, and to that end, I also like the Redskins to remain under 17.5 points. I can get that minus 132 at DraftKings Sportsbook. I think that the Eagles understand that they have an undermanned offense. I believe they'll try to slow this game down a little bit, and I think it's going to be the defense, one that really started to gain some momentum in the second half against the Giants on Monday night. I think that carries over into this game, so I think that Washington is held under 17.5 points. To that end, I also think that the Eagles have that undermanned offense, and I think that though they will win the game, they lack the explosiveness and the firepower to really pull away from Washington. So I'll say the Eagles win by 1 to 13 points, and I can get that with a nice little bump, plus 145 at FanDuel Sportsbook. And then finally, this one's a little bit of a longer shot, plus 150, not a total long shot here, but when I look at this, I think that Carson Wentz understands that he's going to struggle to find open receivers in this game. Washington defense did a pretty good job on the road at Green Bay a week ago against Aaron Rodgers in that passing attack. I think Carson Wentz is going to have to make some plays with his legs on Sunday, and so I'm taking Carson Wentz over 24 rushing yards, plus 150 odds at Fox Bet. As for the game itself, I alluded to it. Eagles are really struggling against the spread. They've only covered once in their last 5 games. I do, however, think that when push comes to shove, the Eagles will cover the spread against the Redskins on Sunday. I think it's going to set up that Week 16 contest, winner take all in the NFC East between the Eagles and Cowboys. And in order to do it, they're going to have to come out with a strong showing on Sunday. Believe that the defense is going to put the clamps on the Redskins. Eagles offense will do just enough to cover this spread. Also would take the game total under 40, though that's a lean. I don't love it. All right, so if you're looking to bet on this football game Sunday afternoon between the Eagles and the Redskins, we advise you to go over to crossingbroad.com/DK. Download DraftKings Sportsbook. Take advantage of crossingbroad.com's exclusive plus 300 moneyline offer on the Eagles. Also, be sure to download FoxBet at crossingbroad.com/FB. They'll give you $20 just for signing up, and they will match your first deposit up to $100.